Hi everyone, Abby here, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Lululemon Take Form Yoga Mat 5mm. But before I get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay tuned to all my new videos dropping weekly, and so you can help the channel grow. So I have this in the color Dusky Lavender, White, Wisteria, Purple. So this currently goes for $119. And this is the current We Made Too Much sale price. The original price was $148, but it does come in other colors, and it starts at $138 if you get a solid color like black, for example. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Lululemon has been increasing the prices of the yoga mats over the last 2 years or so. And this time last year, guys, this exact same yoga mat was $128. And now it's gone up to $148. So that's something I really don't like. And if you do want to get this yoga mat or another yoga mat, I would definitely recommend trying to grab one on the We Made Too Much sale price, because the regular prices are a bit too high in my opinion. And I have gone ahead and put some links in the description to current, We Made Too Much sale prices for yoga mats. So right now I have it in a Lululemon yoga strap. If you guys are interested in how to use this or any information on it, I've done a full review on that, which you can find in the top right or in the description below. So now I'm going to show you guys all around the mat. I'm going to show you the top and the bottom side as well. Just going to roll it out for you guys. All right, guys, so this is what it looks like at the top here. And there are a couple of grooves going along the mat. It's a little bit hard to see on this color, and that's one thing I want to let you guys know. If you are going to be getting this mat to basically have the grooves are more visible in the solid colors like the black than they are in the marbled print. So that's something to keep in mind. And just for your reference, guys, the Lululemon logo on this mat is right here in the middle. Now I'm going to flip it over and show you the back. So this is the back side of the mat. And one thing to keep in mind is that this is a one-sided yoga mat. You're only supposed to practice on this side, not on this side. This side is supposed to be the grippy side at the bottom. That kind of keeps you in place. But I want to show you guys, this is that Wisteria purple color here on the underside of the mat. Now I'm going to go into some highlights about this yoga mat. So it is made for yoga, but I think it's also great for home workouts, calisthenics, stretching. And I personally don't do hot yoga, guys, but this is supposed to be able to handle it. It weighs 4.9 pounds. The dimensions of this yoga mat are 26 inches by 71 inches. And Lululemon says it's 5mm thick, but guys, it's not really. I'm gonna show you that soon. It has a polyethylene top layer that absorbs moisture and it's grippy. It has FSC rubber, guys, which basically means that it's sourced in a way that's more environmental than the traditional yoga mats. It's also a one-sided yoga mat, and it contains latex. All right, guys, so now I'm gonna talk about the grooves on the mat. So coming up closer to the mat here, you can see the grooves a little bit better here. And it does have this kind of wave-like pattern as well going along the sides here. When I'm on this mat, I hardly feel these grooves, guys. You can feel it a little bit, but honestly, it looks a lot more groove than it is. It's very minimal. That's something that I feel like is a bit gimmicky with this mat. And honestly, I don't really feel them or see them much. I will say this kind of wave pattern is kind of easier to feel, but I mean, that's not super helpful. You really want to be able to feel these grooves. All right, guys, so now I'm gonna do my little water sweat test to show you guys how this mat looks when it does get a little bit wet or sweaty. I have some water right here. I'm gonna put some on my fingers and you guys can kind of watch the effect on the mat. As you guys can see, this specific color is very noticeable when it does get wet. In my experience, it dries a little bit slow. So as you guys could see, it is seeping into the mat. It is taking a little bit of time. I do find the Reversible Mat and the Arise mat to dry a little bit faster. I'm nearing the end of my review now. It's probably been more than 25 minutes. And if you guys could see right here, there's still that moisture I showed you guys from my water sweat test. So it does take a long time to dry off. And most of Lululemon's yoga mats, like the Reversible Mat, for example, they have an antimicrobial coating or something built into the mat, but I didn't see that listed anywhere on the tag or on the website, so I can't tell you guys that this does have that, which to me is a bit concerning because it's something that's going to be absorbing moisture, so keep that in mind. I am 5'8". I'm going to lie on this mat now so you guys can see what it will look like. So my head is touching the top of the mat and my feet are at the bottom. There's about an inch left over here. So this is where the mat lands on me, guys, just so you can have a reference if it'll work for you depending on your height. So here's the tag for anybody interested in this information here. All right, guys, so the first con about this mat that I've noticed is the smell. When you get it, it smells very, very strong, like car tires, Like, it's just very rubbery, and the smell gave me a headache. I definitely had to air this out for a full week, guys. Another thing is the thickness. So Lululemon says this is a 5mm mat, but that is false. I'm gonna show you guys a comparison. So I've gone ahead and grabbed a couple of yoga mats. So here I have the Lululemon Arise mat, the Lululemon Take Form yoga mat, and then the Lululemon Reversible Mat 5mm. So all of these mats are supposed to be 5mm, but this mat is noticeably thinner from both of these. So here we can see there's a huge difference in thickness. This one is noticeably thinner, the Take Form, than the Reversible Mat. And then here, we can also see there is a big difference. This is 5mm, this is not. As you can see, comparing other Lululemon yoga mats. So I don't like that because that's like false advertising for me, because I definitely do notice a difference. When I'm doing certain positions, you know, on my knees, I definitely sink more into the floor on this mat than on the Arise mat or the Reversible mat. So I don't like that because, you know, I definitely want that padding for my knees. Most of you out there buying 5mm mats want the extra padding as well. So when you are practicing on this mat, guys, it makes this annoying squeak sound. Sounds like sneakers are like pressing across a gymnasium floor. So now I'm gonna do some mountain climbers on this mat to try to, you know, get you guys to hear the squeaking sound. If you're someone who's going to be practicing on like hardwood or laminate or tile, the mat will move around as you're using it. This bottom layer does not grip as well as it should. If you're trying to do certain yoga poses, where you're like bouncing on your head. I mean, I can't do those, guys, but if you're someone who's doing something like that, something in particular where you need the mat to stay safe and it moves around, that's dangerous because you could fall. If you're someone who's just going to use this for calisthenics, like stretching, it's not as big of a deal, but you are going to find it annoying that it moves around. The last con I'm talking about is the grippiness. I don't know if it's the introduction of the grooves or the patterns, whatever, or if they're just using a different type of material, but when you try to do certain poses, the mat is not very grippy. If you were trying to do something, you know, and you're putting your weight here, your fingers start slipping. And as you guys could see, like, the mat is not gripping me. All right, guys, so just showing you some examples of the durability here. So there is scratches right here. More over here. Scratches extremely easily. And if you even put like weights on it, or even if I just have the indent from my bracelet touching this, it leaves a mark. All right, guys, so considering the price, the quality, the color, the functionality, and the durability of this mat, I would go ahead and give this a 4.8 out of 10. And I do give it a thumbs down. Honestly, guys, I cannot recommend this to you because personally, I don't think this is worth an extra $40 compared to the Reversible Mat or the Arise mat. So if you guys are interested in getting the Lululemon Reversible Mat or Arise mat, which I do recommend, I've gone ahead and left the links down in the description for you to use. If you guys are interested in seeing my reviews on those mats, I have done them. You can find them in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.